Oh, let me get my computer so I can probably see things better on my computer as well. Move out the way, Coco. Move out the way, Coco. Move out the way. Hello, everybody. I am so sorry that I am like 30 minutes late. I'm so sorry I'm late. We had a hectic day. Sorry that I'm late. But I'm here. And first thing first, before we even get into a panel, hey, everybody. Hey. I miss y'all so much. I'm so sorry that I'm late. That's number one. But the first thing that I'm going to do before we even get into a panel with the discussion tonight is we're actually going to go through our to-go bag. So, like the live, share the live, because we're going to go through our to-go bag and help you get prepared for any emergency. Because as it was announced today, bird flu. Last night, I'm telling y'all what y'all need to do and what you need to have. And just today, they announced bird flu. So, and not bird flu in another country, right here in California. So it made sense for us to go through our go bag, well, one of our go bags. The chat dynamics, what's your question? I fit the chat dynamic. What's your question? I don't even know what that means, DV. Anyway, let me look at the chat over here. So, since we had the discussion last night in reference to what you need to do to prepare in case of any kind of emergency, because you want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Like you don't want to have to hurry up and think about what you need to get and gather for your family before you leave. We saw that families was escaping or being displaced from the LA fires. We saw hurricane people having to evacuate their homes as well. When stuff like that happens, you don't have time to think at all. You don't have time to think. But with a go bag, you can just grab that and go. And that you know that if anything jumps off anyway, wherever you're trying to go to safety, you're going to be good. So we're going to go through our go bag. And again, all of this stuff is click the link in my bio. I put the link. This is the first time I've ever done this because this is something privately that we do with our family. We discuss, and come closer, right, babe? Okay. Okay. And could you grab me a water too? This is just something that we do with our family. I didn't think it was anything that I was going to share, but my heart has been hurting over what's going on with this administration and everything else, the LA fires, the hurricanes. So I just want to share. Again, you have to do what's best for your family. I'm not saying that my go bag is the perfect go bag, right? It's perfect for us. You have to do what's best for your family. But I did, and this is PJ. She's never really on, but PJ's on tonight. But I did make an emergency preparedness list. And if you click the link in my bio, everything that's in my bag, you can buy from Amazon, right? Everybody's saying, hey, PJ. So it looks like we got about 208 people in the live now. So let's get started because there's so much that we have to show you in our bag. So we're going to do the document bag first. So this is our document bag, right? Much smaller than our go bag. It's the document bag. It's the important stuff in here. So the pews is going to leave the safe and go inside here. Mm-hmm. This is where the pews will be at, right, if we have to go. Also, what's inside of it, this envelope, and it's in my Amazon list, it is waterproof and fireproof. Waterproof and fireproof. Inside of this envelope. And it has a lock in it so nobody else can get it. You saw how the Velcro kept it closed. It's a seal right here. You open it up, and we have copies. So you need to have a copy of your birth certificate, a copy of your passport, all of those things. Like we have, and I'm not gonna show the address, but in case of emergency, we can go to our friend's house in Tennessee, and that's their address, right? They have a farm, and we're willing to barter with them to stay there as long as we need to. Okay, so that's one. I'm not gonna show this information, but this is copies, and I'm just gonna break like that, of our passports. We also have copies of our birth certificates, medical cards, all of this stuff, and laminated. So again, this is all, please take notes. This is very important. And again, this is not something that I usually share. This is something that I just kept, we was doing this as a family, but I feel like at this point we should share. Nobody should gatekeep anything that their knowledge, and you should, if it's something that's gonna help another family, so be it, right? So all of those things is copies of these things with the barcodes, because you know your passport, if you lose it, but if you have a copy with the barcode, you can get another one very quickly if you have the barcode, right? And if you can prove that you are who you say you are. And with that is other documentations that you have in here: driver's license, firearm licenses, birth certificates, all the things that they need. And then $29, get a laminating machine from Amazon. Everybody needs it in their house. And just laminate these documents, because now you just made them waterproof again. Along with this whole envelope being water and fireproof and secured with a lock, right? So that is the special document envelope inside of the go bag. This is
emergency first aid kit.
the first aid kit, right? So we have numerous. We have numerous first aid kit.
People, you should have multiple.
Yes, you shouldn't just have one, because again, this is a way that you can barter with another family. They might have ran out of bandages or whatever. So if you have extra first aid kits, you are an asset to them, not a liability.
We have one in our car. We have one in the small go bag. And then we both have our go bags, which will show you our larger ones. And each of those also have a first aid kit and other type of medical supplies.
So this is another one. And this one is a pretty like military-ish one. And you open up, I'm not gonna go through everything in here, but it has a lot of stuff that you need. Flashlight, fire starters, extra batteries, all the things that you may, medical stuff. It just has abundance of stuff that you may need inside of this kit. Along with medical stuff, it has emergency stuff in it as well.
Yeah, this is a good one, and it should be in the link. We got that one from Amazon.
Yeah, we got this one from Amazon too. So it should be in the link. The link is, and I actually added more stuff to the emergency preparedness list this morning before I actually put the link in my bio. But this is in here as well, and that's all that's in it, right? Besides the pew-pews?
Well, the other thing that we have in here is cash. And,
Right.
And,
Sharpies.
Yeah, go ahead.
You need Sharpies because, and this is a sad fact, if something happens to you and somebody needs to find you and locate who you are, you can write your information on your arm. Also, what was the other reason why we had the Sharpies? It was just that, it was something else. I mean, I guess just like if you are in the woods or whatever the case may be, right? You can mark areas to know how to get back to where you are. Because you don't know where you're going to be if you're on the go from whatever, right?
Yeah, you hope you're in your car, but what if you can't travel by car? Maybe what if roads are crazy and, you have to travel by foot or bike, electric bike, whatever. There's just going to be a lot of various uses for different things.
Right. So you have Sharpies, and the pew-pews aren't in here now because they're locked up.
Will go in there, and then I have some cash in there. Now they recommend that
small bills.
You have about $1,000 on you, but in small bills like singles, 5s, and 10s, right? Again, another way to barter with people, and you want to start with small bills in terms of whatever you're bartering for, right? So you definitely want to have some cash on hand. You don't know if the ATMs are going to go down.
Right.
Of course, things can happen to the banking system where the dollar is worth nothing, and again, you're back to bartering, systems,
Services
the way
and
we started our original
right.
currency, right?
I mean, and another thing that you can barter is seeds. My daughter is collecting seeds now because let's just say, and I don't want you to all go into a panic. What this is, and it's not for you to go into a panic, is so that you are aware of anything. It's so you are woke. It's so that you are ready so you don't have to get ready. You want to be ready for everything so you do not have to get ready. I posted a video today of us talking about our Second Amendment rights, right? And we'll do another video on that about pew-pews as much as we can. But I showed this new safe that we have on the side of each of our nightstands. So you can look at that video. I posted it up today. In addition to that, we have a safe in the closet that holds another pew-pew. And we're adding another pew-pew on this level as well. So we have to literally collect all of the pew-pews, throw it in this bag and go. Because you're going to need that. You're going to need protection. Whether you're a woman that has a husband, you as a woman, you have a Second Amendment right to bear arms. You should be also helping your husband protect your family. And as a single woman, you need to be able to protect yourself.
Yep.
All of these reasons. So we are pro-woman, if you can, in your state, to definitely, somebody just sent me a Cash App. I love you. I don't know who did, but thank you for sending me a Cash App. My Cash App is in there again. If you wasn't able to recharge your gifts, to send the gifts, you can send me a Cash App. You can send me I have a link to buy me a coffee, whatever the case may be, because we are sharing our information. So you should show your love by also giving to us as well. All right. So that is the document bag, AKA what we call the gold bag. And everybody should have their responsibilities in their bags, right? So each of us have this bag that we're about to show you. Each of us have our own. So we have double the amount because it is myself, it's my partner. We have a dog, Coco, and we have Mermaid, who's in the chat, who's our daughter, and her daughter. So we need double the things, right? So you have to think about what you need for your family. What's your family size, right? And then you want to also have extra. I'm going to get into the stock up on medications. I got you on that. You're going to always want to have extra so you can barter. Remember, you're going to want to barter with people. When you run out of something and you don't have money, you're going to need to barter with a person so you can get what they have. You're not going to be able to just say, "Can I have a bandage from you?" If things hit the fan, you're not going to be able to do that. They can be like, "Well, can you give us a bottle of water?" Right. Everybody's going to need something when this all starts over. Or we go into a civil war. Who knows what's going to happen? But again, you will be ready.
Well, that's one of the things that we could talk about. What we prepare for, there are natural disasters, right? As they've been happening everywhere, whether it be wildfires, whether it be tornadoes, hurricanes. I mean, those people in California, a lot of them told you people had 5 minutes to leave their house. Because Devon and I had this conversation. It's hard to leave your home, especially if you got everything in here. You got your memories. You got this is where a lot of people, if you own your home or even whether you rent, most of your possession and most of your wealth is built into your home one way or another. And so you think about those people in LA, they may have had 5, 10, 15 minutes to decide, what am I going to take, what am I going to grab, because I got to leave. And this is the last time I'm going to see this house, right? So we're not just talking about man-made disasters, but also natural disasters. And luckily, we're in Chicago and Illinois where we don't have a lot of natural disasters. in some of the suburbs, they have some tornadoes, but for the most part, you know, we're landlocked. We have a big lake, but we're not going to have a tsunami because of the lake. We generally don't have tornadoes or anything like that in the downtown area or wildfires or that thing. But there are also things like man-made disasters, civil unrest, things of that nature. If things go down, you just want to make sure that you and your family are prepared so that you don't have to think, at least, do I have the things that I really need? Hopefully, if you got 5 or 10 minutes, you can say, what are the things that are very precious that I want to grab? But at least if you got your go bag together, the things that you're really going to need, assuming you can never come back to your house, or even if you can come back to your house, the things that you're going to be critical for you to survive, maybe 48 hours a week, you know, who knows?
In addition, it was something that you said made me think about telling them something, but now I can't remember. It was something. It'll come back to me. Come back to me.
This is our bigger go bag. We both have one.
And it's a knapsack.
Yes.
So think about a hiking knapsack. And to me, even with the stuff in it, it's pretty heavy. But again, hopefully you're in a car and you don't have to.
Knapsack. More like a backpack.
A backpack. I'm sorry, I called it a knapsack.
So it's a backpack. So I can actually, and this thing has a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
I can actually put it on my back. Baby, turn the camera so they can.
Oh, sorry.
So, you see? I mean, this is a big ass bag, right? A lot of stuff. But I can carry it pretty comfortably this way. They got the little thing so that you go, right? So you can really strap it in. If you needed to carry
knapsack is old school, I know.
Yeah.
I'm 51 years old, old.
But if,
I'm old.
If you also had to carry it by hand, you know, it's got multiple ways to carry. But that's what I like about it.
Oh, what I was going to remind y'all is this, right? In your family setting, everybody should sit down and have a meeting, right? And know who's to grab what bags and what's your responsibility to do so nobody's panicking. So my job is to grab one of these bags, grab Coco and Coco's bag, right? Because if you have a dog, you need a smaller bag similar to the Pew Pew bag that has food for them.
Yeah.
And anything that they may need, right?
If they have medication.
Coats, because it might be cold.
Yeah.
Whatever you need for your pet should be in his pet's bag. So my job is to grab the dog, my go bag, and my pet bag. Her job is to grab the Pew Pews, one go bag, and the document bag. Everybody should have what they're going to do so nobody's going, oh my God, what I need to do. 8 pets is going to be a lot. I don't even know how you're going to do that, but
tough.
you need to think that through. Like maybe, I don't know if they have double bags. Can you put 2 pets in a bag?
But it depends. Now, if it's something where you can jump in a car and leave, hopefully you have a big enough vehicle where you can pack up all the dogs. But if they have medications, if they need blankets, if they have special things that they need, you want to have those already packed up so you can just grab that bag, get the dogs, and be like, let's go. You think how sad. I mean, I'm a person, I love animals. I really love them more than people. And a lot of people had to leave their pets behind during the LA wildfire. Sad, because first of all, you're in shock that you have to leave your home. And while you're trying to process, I gotta leave, I gotta get ready, there's just a lot to think about. So do yourself a favor and have a few things already figured out, like having your go bag ready to go.
And this is not about the fires. This is about any disaster, civil unrest, hurricane, tornadoes, fires, whatever.
Aliens, coming down.
Pandemics.
Yes.
Anything.
Anything that can happen.
This is what this is about.
You just don't know. Right?
You don't know what's going to happen. Right now, they had the first case of the bird flu. They took away the World Health Organization. So now, what are we supposed to do? How are we getting this information? Again, last night I told everybody in my live, go on the World Health Organization, go down to the bottom. It says newsletter. Click on newsletter, put your name and email address, and sign up for it. They're taking that away from us, but we'll still be able to get the information. You need to stay updated on what's coming down. Thank you for the Cash App. I saw that somebody sent me something. Okay, so let's go into the big go bag, right?
Now, it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff in it, and I don't know if we don't know if we're going to be able to get through all of the stuff tonight. It might be a part 2.
Yep.
But we're going to get through the most important stuff.
Okay. So, let's start with, and again, we live here in Illinois where it could be warm weather or it could be cold weather depending on the time of year. But one of the things is we just grabbed an extra set of clothes. So we got some sweatpants, just some general sweatpants. I like dark color just because you never know where you're going to be.
And you
could be incognito.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got my God is Dope sweatshirt. And so you want to have just a set of clothes, right? Some socks, some clothes. So we got that. Again, as we already talked about, another
first aid kit. So
All
in
type of
total,
great
we
stuff.
have 3 first aid kits. Every bag has a first aid kit. You need them. You're gonna need this. This right here could possibly barter food for 2 weeks for another family that you're staying with.
Yep. And again, kind of back to the clothes because I don't know if it would be cold. We got some thermal underwear, like, thermal type tops to go up under if you happen to be stuck outside.
And these are the real thermal tops, the ones that have. And now, this is not in my Amazon emergency preparedness list, but I'm going to drop those in there later on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I will drop those in there.
These lanterns.
Okay, so these are the solar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are, but where's the hand crank ones?
That's another one.
That's another one. Okay, so we have 2 types of lanterns, right? We have the solar lanterns. So these, you're going to sit out, and then you don't need batteries for them. They're going to be able to light up. They're not ready to go yet, are they? Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So, okay, they're already ready to go. Make sure you have, as much as you can, have it charged up. And in addition to that, it has a USB so you can charge your phone.
Yes. A lot of the things
And that's
that
important.
we found had a USB.
And you want to have that. And I believe this one had the emergency light. Was it the flashing light too? Because some of them have the flashing light.
I'm not sure if this one has it.
Like emergency. This one may not. We have some that have emergency lights where they blink to let somebody know that you are in need. You need help. If anybody sees a blinking light, they will know that somebody's over there and they need help.
Yeah, like a SOS. So we
Yes.
got a couple of these. This is a handy little kit. It's actually if you happen to be in the woods or somewhere where you need a shovel.
So it started like this, right? So you got a shovel. You got and then this piece goes in here to make it longer. I'm not going to put it all together.
You also
This
have a
piece,
pick.
the pick right there.
And then look, it gave you
The disposable spoon, fork, so you can eat, and a knife.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need these things. I mean, let's just say you're out somewhere and you got to get fish. Whatever.
You got to dig a little hole, clear off an area to... does anybody watch Naked and Afraid out there?
That's a perfect show to watch.
One of my favorite shows. One of my most favorite shows. Anyway, in that show, they show you how a lot of times you have to do things in order to survive. And I almost use that show as an example of what may be needed to do if you out, in the wilderness and whatnot. All right, we got, we have some blankets, emergency thermal blankets.
So these are emergency thermal blankets in a small little package. Again, this is something that you can barter. This is an 8-pack. An 8-pack. So you can share. And each of our bags have one, so we have 16 blankets.
We have masks.
You want to have your K95 mask?
Mm-hmm.
We have packages of those.
Lots of masks.
Lots of masks.
This is the power bank. This is one of the ones
Oh.
a lot of people.
I like these. TikTok was selling these, yes. And these are great because once they're solar, number one.
Yep.
So you can just put your phone on it and it's going to charge your phone. It also has a flashlight as well. Let me see how to get the flashlight on because it hasn't been charged in a minute. Hold on. It also has USB, USB-C, and the Android. I don't know what the Android charging port name is, but it has that as well. It has a compass. And I'm trying to figure out, it may not be charged. So we need to sit this out and charge this up because, wait, here goes, everything was charged. But if it sits in, there we go. If it sits in the bag, it would lose some of the charge. But this is fully charged. It has the blue buttons over here letting you know that it's charged. And does this one, and this one has the emergency light.
The emergency flash.
The flashing, the SOS, to let people know you're over here and you're in need.
Yep.
So you need that just in case.
Yep. Here you go, put that in.
Okay.
This is really cool. This is an emergency weather radio. So let's say all satellite was knocked out and there was no cell phone communication, no television. You can use one of these. This is sort of like how people communicate with CBs and on those open lines. This is an emergency weather radio line, which is always open. So one of these radios, you can at least get the latest update on what's going on with the weather in case there's a storm, if it's moving your way or moving away from you, if it's knocked out power. One of these emergency weather radios is of great use.
And is this one solar? Because we have one that's solar. You want to get as many things that are solar powered because, yes, we have an abundance of batteries,
yes,
which is good. It is solar. Okay. Because we have an abundance of batteries. That's great. But batteries are going to run out and the sun will be there forever, right? So you want to try to get everything that you can solar powered by the sun. And so this has a SOS alarm as well.
Yep.
It's AM, FM radio access. It's solar power. It has an LED light and it's rechargeable power that you can charge up an item that you may need.
Couple of things. Got some gloves.
Gloves, you don't,
gloves.
for whatever reason, medical reasons, you're cleaning fish, whatever, gloves.
Gloves. This is interesting.
Our gas mask.
We each have gas masks because you never know if it's a biological substance or something that people or someone emits into the air. So we've got this gas mask, and again, you can get this from.
It's on the Amazon list.
From Amazon, and these are the great type that you need that will help you survive if there was basically a chemical attack or biological attack.
So you want to make sure you stay somewhere safe, right? Hopefully that you're in a bunker or in a house that is safe. But if so happen you may have to leave the house to get more supplies. So you will have this mask so you can leave the house safely, right? We don't want you to leave the house or your bunker, but if you have to leave, you would put that on. Kelsey is the best, yes. And you are as well, Mermaid. All of my mods are.
Couple great things in terms of water. So first of all,
yes,
we have a lot of these packs. This is actually water.
This is emergency drinking water in a pack.
Yeah.
This is so perfect and it's so light, right? It has a 5-year shelf life. I have the packages on these. I feel like it's like a box of 50 for $24.
Yeah.
And you want to build your go bag slowly, right? I'm not telling you to go spend $1,000 on all this stuff. We bought this stuff within a year.
Yeah.
Last year was the time that we was building our gold bag, right? So we was buying these things little by little. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. And that's how we collected all of this. It's probably about $1,500 worth of.
Yeah, maybe a little less than that. Maybe close to, maybe about $1,000. Yeah.
So take your time doing it, but make sure you do it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's really good. We got these personal water filters, straws. Yep.
So let's say you have a lake or a river that you're by, so you don't have any more water, but there is a lake and with some body of water nearby, but you don't know if this water is good for you or not. It's going to give you an infection, whatever. You can filter the water through this. Hydration. So you may not be able to drink the amount of water that you're supposed to drink on a normal basis if you're on the go,
You
right?
may need to conserve. the
You
water.
may need to conserve the water because you don't know how long you will be out there. So you want to take a multiplier so you can get the most out of the little bit of water that you're drinking.
Absolutely. It's like a liquid IV, they call it.
Yes. And they're great for hangovers as well, too.
And we also have this portable iodine, which
Yes.
say you had to get water from a lake or river or somewhere that you weren't sure if
It's
the
gonna
water
kill the
was
germicides.
purified. There you go.
This is going to kill the germs in the water.
Yeah.
Couple of drops of this will kill the germs in the water, and then you'll be okay to drink that water from the river or the lake.
These are
The bars. And actually, I just added because these are the emergency food bars. These have 9 fortified food in it. Each of these is 3,600. One of these is 3,600 calories. So
And I think it's 9 of them in here.
is
Or
it 9?
6.
It's 9.
9, yeah.
It's 9 of these. So one of you can eat one of these a day, nibble on this throughout the day, and this is enough for you to survive, right? And this is the regular flavor. I added the blueberry flavor of it on the in my Amazon list or my bio. So you do have the blueberry flavor or the regular flavor up there. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling you that any of these things is going to taste amazing, right? You're just trying to get nutrients in if this is an emergency. If everything is shut down and everybody's panicking, I don't want you to worry about, let me give you a little story. I was in New York during Hurricane Sandy. We were displaced for 3 months. But in the very beginning, we didn't have anything. Everything was flooded out. There was nothing. And we had no electricity. So all the food in our refrigerator, as much as we try to keep the refrigerator and the freezer closed, everything just started to expiring. We had no electricity. We couldn't cook at an electric stove. It was just a mess. With all that being said, FEMA started to drop off the MRIs, believe they call the military meals that you kind of just snap and they warm up on their own. They are the most disgusting things. Some of them was decent. Some of them was really, really bad. But if your supermarkets are closed because they're flooded out, you have no way to get food. What are you going to do? There's no Uber Eats. MREs, that's what they are. Yeah, they are rough. But they was dropping those off and we was grabbing those up, right? FEMA did take care, and big shout out to FEMA. I don't know, I'm hearing they're not being funded enough right now, but big shout out to FEMA. They was giving us checks each month. They was giving us vouchers to stay in hotels, checks so we can eat because we had no kitchens to stay in hotels. They was dropping off the MREs, dropping off heaters. They took care of the New Yorkers during Hurricane Sandy. Okay, let's continue.
All right.
Big shout out. Let's talk about the medication. Yes.
Important. So what we do have, I don't take a lot of pills, but I do. We were able to grab some antibiotics because antibiotics, we had some extra left over from something. Antibiotics are always great and maybe in short supply. And this is again one of those items that you may be able to barter with, right? If somebody else needed an antibiotic, but overall, it's about having the right medication and having a bag with your medications ready to go. And Davon, you can speak more to that.
So basically, because these are mine, and I got some more upstairs, I need to bring them down and put them in there as well. I know your doctor tells you to finish the entire supply of what they give you prescription. But if you're feeling better, and that's what I've done all last year, I just started stockpiling them so I can have some. Again, if somebody is sick and they need antibiotics, this is a great barter tool.
Yeah. So grab your medications overall. A couple of other items, and these are, if you research your emergency preparedness kits, we have activated charcoal. I believe, and look it up, charcoal is great to ingest if you're poisoned or if there are toxins.
Or radiation.
Anything in your body. Activated charcoal absorbs that and takes in that toxin. We also have iodine.
Good for radiation as well.
Yeah, so we got a box, a good bottle. Each of us have a bottle of these in our go bags. All right.
And those you can buy on Amazon. They're in my link.
And that's primarily it. I mean, we got tons of flashlights and batteries, and again, it's about having the warm weather clothes and the first aid kits, and then all the other little things that you generally don't think about. Thinking about them now when you're not in an emergency, when you're a little bit more sane and rational, you can think about what are the things that I'm going to need, and what I may need may be different from what you and your family may need, but it's definitely an exercise for you to sit down and make the list out with your partner, with your husband, wife, your loved ones, your family.
Somebody said, would this be on my YouTube? I think I may download it and put it on the YouTube. I think I will. We do have lighters. We have matches, actually.
Yes.
Matches.
Well, actually, and I forgot.
And we might have lighters too, but yes.
Fire starters.
Oh, right. So she didn't even finish. So let's go into, because she ain't finished what's in that bag. It's a lot of stuff. So you're going to need to be able to start a fire. If you watch Naked and Afraid, you know they give them these fire starters, and it's a little tricky. We actually opened up one of the packages and we actually got it going, but it took a little while. So basically what you're going to do, you just got to keep on rubbing this on this.
And it strikes. It's like a striker. It makes a spark, and then you want to have, careful.
See, you saw it?
Yeah, y'all see it?
You saw it?
Yeah, so you want to have some dry material, whether it be leaves,
paper, dry leaf, very dry.
And anything that you have that will help you make a fire, but you want fire starters. Matches and lighters can get wet and whatnot. These fire starters, and ours came with 2 of them. Also, a lot of the emergency packs also have fire starters in them as well.
See that?
Little fire starter right here. She loved playing with it.
I do love playing with it. I really do. Anyway, it's amazing, and it has a little hook on it and string, so you can always have this on your jeans or whatever, so you have it to keep it with you. Again, you may see somebody, they're struggling, they're cold. You can start that fire for them, because they don't have a fire starter. And we're not going to give them our fire starter, because this is very important. But we can start the fire for them and teach them how to keep the fire going by continuing to put dry materials on the fire.
Y'all watch Naked and Afraid.
Please do.
Watch it. It's an amazing show. I love it. It's on Animal Planet and some of these other different channels. But it just shows you what people that have a little bit experience, if you got to be outside in adverse conditions. They're in the worst conditions. They're in the jungle. And they got to start fires, build shelter. It just gives you a way to think about where do you start? Getting your fire, getting your water. This
I'm
thing
about to
here,
show them
she's
now.
gonna open it up. This is a container, so that if you were outdoors somewhere, or if you needed to go gather water from another source. What you gonna put the water in?
Yeah. Did you think about that? If you need to get the water from the river and bring it back, so you can boil it on your fire that you're making dinner for your family, how are you going to carry this water? Did you think about that? What you got to carry the water? So you need to have a water bag.
This gives you 20 liters of water.
20 liters.
And it's got a little strap where you can carry the water. It's thick, really thick plastic. Sterile. That's why you want to keep it closed up so that it stays sterile. Get the water in there. And then again, we have multiple ways
to purify the water.
Yeah.
Because water is going to be important. You want to stay hydrated during that time. That could just take you out quickly if you're not hydrated.
And imagine having some of these water packs, the things that you can do to barter with these when people are dying of thirst.
Yes, I see the question about the seeds. Yes, you need seeds. Let's just say it's a nuclear war. Boom. Everything that you know is gone. Within minutes is gone. And you have to start over. How are you going to start over? You're going to need to plant some seeds. All the supermarkets will be gone in a minute. You're going to need something to plant some seeds.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
So, besides these bags, we also are working on a plan. We talk with our family. I have my parents. I have a couple of brothers. We obviously have Tati and the baby. So, we have been having sort of these series of meetings with our family just to talk about, hey, what would we do and where would we go? How would we hook up? How would we be able to communicate with each other? One of the other things that's not in the bag because it's over there
Charging.
is our walkie-talkies.
You want to bring it to show it to them? Yeah. So we have long-range walkie-talkies. So let me just explain what that means, right? Yes, it's up to 36 miles, but it's up to 36 miles without all these buildings. So let's say in the wooded area, in an area where there's no buildings or open space, that's where it will work the best. But we're going to test it out with our daughter Mermaid, who has a set over there. And we're going to drive to her house and see when will we be able to hear her driving to her house, how close. She already knows that if something jump off, she is to sit tight with her walkie-talkies and wait. We're on the way. She knows that. And yes, and we decided that Channel 5 was going to be our channel. And so you need to make the decision as well. Because your family could be on 6, you on 2, you're not speaking to them.
Yeah. So we've got Midland brand, and again, that is also in the Amazon link. There's a lot of different brands, but really what you'll find out is unless you go get a license for basically the people that were on the
satellite
CBs, like those, the truck drivers, you need a license for that type of
it's not going to work, May.
It's generally going to be more like these type of things, which I say, even though it says 36 miles, that's if you're in a very open area, but in a city with a lot of buildings, it's more like a few miles. But we're going to test it out to be sure, because if all communications was knocked out and we couldn't communicate with each other, we all have the walkie-talkies, and at least we know, hey, once one of us gets close enough to the other, then we could start talking via the walkie-talkie. Also, once we get together, if we have to split up for any reason, this is just one way to allow us to continue to communicate with our family.
Definitely. So
I would say, besides getting all the items, the bigger thing is having a plan, having a discussion. She has some great friends in Tennessee that if we had to leave the state, we would connect with them and go out to their place where they have a lot of land.
Where's the maps at? It's in the other bag?
Yeah, in the other bag we got maps. We got plenty of maps as well. So that, again, if communication is knocked out, you have the old school, right, physical maps throughout all the United States. We have those maps so that if we had to be on roads or be in certain areas and we needed to get to another area, we've got a map. So I think that's very important as well.
They said what kind of license? It's the license. It's the guys that they're not truckers. And what's the name explained it to us, Michelle, when she talked about they're actually like satellite radios. And I don't know what the license is, but regular people,
you definitely have to register and get a license.
Yeah,
you want that type of communication
because they don't want you just on satellite stalking, because then you're messing up the real the important information that the people that control the satellites need. And so you have to have some kind of license for it, but you don't have to have a license for a long range walkie-talkie.
For these, you're good. And then to think, if you had to get a license, your family, everybody that you would be talking to would also
have to get a license.
So this is, at least in the short term, a good way to communicate.
We have a truck now, totally gas. The plan is to add a hybrid to our family, because hybrids is going to be important because it's going to give you an option of electric or gas. In addition to that, we're also buying electric bikes that's going to be in the back of that truck, because let's say that we're trying to get somewhere and the car doesn't have any more gas.
Yep.
And it doesn't have any more electricity.
Or or we're out of gas, right? Gas station lines you saw when people were trying to leave Florida, the gas station lines were like miles long. So it's good to have an option for gas or electricity in terms of your mode or transportation. And we've been wanting to get electric bikes anyway. So, you never know when an electric bike will come in handy if you can't get somewhere by, normal transportation, normal vehicles. The other thing is we have family that lives out in the suburbs. We're in the city, and they have a nice big basement. And so the other part is that if we could get there, that would be our plan. If we had to be down somewhere for a while, they got a big basement. That would be sort of our bunker location, right? And there we have things like a generator. We have large containers of water, batteries, candles, food, blankets, all the things that you would need, portable heaters, etc. if you were going to potentially be sort of locked down in your bunker area for 48 hours to a week to 2 weeks, who knows. So just having thought about it and having a plan, you will feel so much better, because at least it's just one less thing for you to have to think about when an emergency happens. And
I need y'all to adopt.
It's if and when the emergency happens. Like, you just got to be prepared, you know what I mean? And so do it now when, you and your family can think about it rationally and talk about who does what when, so that when the time hits, you like, man, we done had this conversation. We know what to do.
TikTok just notified me that Mama Jen, your subscription benefits are ending soon. So anybody that subscribes to me or want to subscribe to this page, they took it away from in the app when they blacked us all out and shut us down, right? And they're working on getting it back. What you have to do is go to TikTok.com. And that's how you recharge, TikTok.com/coins. And I believe it's TikTok.com/subscribe. I'm not sure, but that's the way that you can subscribe. Otherwise, you're going to all lose. I'm going to lose you as subscribers. And that's the only way that you can sign back up. So if that's something that you want to do, please, so be it. Otherwise, monthly, you can hit my Cash App. It's so many ways to just show your support and love for what we're doing on this platform.
Anybody got any questions about our go bags, about our process, anything?
And you have to have these conversations and keep on. We have a conversation, and let's just say this, right? You're coming home and somebody jumps out the car, puts a pew. What are the go bags? I'll get into that. Remember that question. Mm-hmm. Put a pew to your head, right? And bring you into your house. And this is how we discuss this. And so now she's coming in the house with this robber, and I'm here. And she's telling the robber, my wife is in the house. If I hear her coming in, I'm going to scream her name. Hey, PJ. If she says the cold word to me by calling out a name that's not my name, I know that something isn't right. I'm going to the safe to get the pew.
Yeah, and I actually got this from a woman that did our training for our conceal and carry class. She's a female, and she said she was worried about her daughter. Her daughter was traveling out of town. Something had happened. She was in an area where some things were going on. And they started having safe words. So when one is out of town, or if something is going on and they're asking, hey, is everything okay? They have a safe word, or at least a word that'll let them know, hey, I'm either safe, or a word that says, hey, I'm not safe, and I need you to call someone, or I need you to kind of pick up on some clues that I'm giving you to let you know what's going on. Like, you need to have those type of conversations with your loved ones in today's day and age. I mean, we're hearing about people getting followed. I mean, women on the highway, just people following them to wherever their location is to try to rob them or whatever. And so you just have to be super aware, hyper aware of your surroundings, and then be planful and make sure you talk to your loved ones or the people that would be checking in on you that y'all have a way to communicate with each other so that they would know if something is off or something isn't right.
Back to, I think it was Danielle, or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but you asked, what is a go bag? A go bag is your emergency bag in case of any emergency. And somebody came in here and said, oh, we talking about the LA fires. We're not. We're talking all types of emergencies. We're talking about hurricanes, nuclear, biochemical, civil unrest, any type of emergency.
Aliens.
Whatever. Whatever that, you know, whatever you believe that could happen has the potential of happening. And also, in addition to that, I keep losing my train of thought because I keep thinking, I'm looking at the questions. You need to have, like she said, those conversations with your immediate family, but also have these conversations with the other people that you might be on your way to pick up. Mm-hmm. So like we said, our daughter lives 18 minutes away from us. So she needs to be on this conversation because she's going to panic. Like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? And we want you to sit tight. We're coming.
Yeah.
Our very first place is your house to pick you up.
Exactly.
And so she feels confident enough that her mothers are coming to get us. She's good. I need to sit tight and wait. So you need to have these conversations with all your loved ones. And again, everything that was in the go bag, if you came in late, is in the link in my bio.
And the go bag is just that. It's time to go. I got my bag is ready to go. You call it a go bag, right? And we got a couple of them. One's with documents, one with the pew pew. We want the big one with all our survival sort of items, maps, clothes, first aid kits, all that good stuff. You just want to have what we call a go bag so that when it's time to go, you're ready to go. Coco's got a miniature bag of this size, and it's got about a week's worth of food in there for her. She doesn't have any medication, but if she had medication, we put her medication in there because, again, we're in a cold weather state. We got some jackets for her and whatnot. We don't know if we'd have to be outside, but we want her to be, with us and comfortable and warm. And if you have pets, someone was on earlier that said they have 8 pets. If you have pets, that's like having babies, having kids, even worse. Like, you got to figure out what's the plan for me as well as all my pets. How are we going to get to a safe location? And, what's the plan for us to have to be able to move efficiently and move effectively and, just like that at a drop of a
If you're not following us, please click that follow button. We'll be talking about these things more and more as we're now in this new administration. We don't know what's going to happen. Bird flu was just announced. So you don't know what's going to happen. Now is the time to start building your go bag. I'm also starting to work on a small ebook that kind of gives you A to B of what you need and why you need it. Give me time to work on that. It's going to take some time, but it's going to be brief. It's like emergency preparedness for dummies. Real quick, what you need and when you need it, and how to build this go bag. And again, you can click the link in my bio. You're going to start off little by little. Do not get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that is in that link. Right. Buy a couple of things once every month. Buy a couple of things every paycheck. Whatever you can do. That's what you need to do. Do not overwhelm yourself.
No.
We took a whole year to do this.
And you might even want to start with your vehicle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Making sure you got blankets in the back. Do you have a gas can so that if you ran out of gas? Do you have a first aid kit? Do you have a change of clothes if you were to need it? We got like I started with that. Just a nice little basket in the back of the car that has all the things that I would need if I was in an emergency in my car, right? Mm-hmm. So there are various ways you can build it. And you know what? Look at it as insurance. Maybe you'll never need it. Hopefully you never need it. But if you do, you're ready.
Right. And also start having these conversations. And we had this with the LA fires because we have so many friends in California. And I'm leaving Saturday to go to California to visit one of my aunts who's there in LA. With that being said, ask yourself this question, and it's very important. what is really important to you.
Right.
Because you're going to panic when this happens, and you're going to think everything is important to you. What is really important to you? And those things, like I keep telling her, my mother's jewelry, my mother passed away, is the only thing besides my family, physically, that's important to me. So I'm going to grab my mother's jewelry, and that's it. Everything else could burn, flood, everything. And so have that conversation so you know in your mind, I don't need any of this stuff. You're not attached to none of this stuff. None of this stuff. We got expensive art all throughout this house. We're not attached to any of this. I'm not going to be grabbing art off this wall. It will go bye-bye. My life is important. It hurt me to see people in the LA fires waiting to the last minute. I know they were so attached to their house, but I want you to think in your mind, what's more important? Somebody passed away in LA holding the water hose. They found him holding the water hose. While the fire's coming, he's trying to put the fire out. Ask yourself what's important to you.
Yeah.
Because none of this, not a designer bag. What's important is my partner, my daughter, and my granddaughter. And if I have time, I'm going to take my mother's jewelry. If I don't have time, it has to go as well. Everything else can go. And our dog, we taking that, and that's it.
That's it. I got a bunch of sneakers. I mean, I just saw a guy in LA that was back on his property. He had a dope sneaker collection, and he just showed all of them. They were all melted together, right? Just burned in ashes. And ultimately, it don't matter. You know what I mean? What matters is your health and, you know, being able to be around your loved ones and the people that's going to pick you up. So that the clothes and jewelry and, you know, obviously her mother's jewelry, because that's very important. But I have very few things. I've already did that exercise. I was like, man, if I had to grab something, I'm grabbing my go bag with the things that I know go in there. And that's it. The rest of the stuff you can get later.
Yeah, you got to worry about your life. You have to worry about your life. Don't be worrying about all this other stuff. And I know you work so hard for your house.
Yes.
I know being a homeowner is one of the biggest accomplishments that people strive for. It's part of the American dream. But your life is more important than that home. And I can't stress that enough. So think about, what do you really need? And put that also in your go bag. Or have in your mind, I'm going to grab that, the pew-pew, and then the go bag.
Yep.
But just know that's going to take an extra step. And sometimes you don't have that extra step.
Yeah.
So put it as close as possible to the go bag. We keep our go bag on the first floor in the garage. So for us to get out, either through the front door of the garage, we on the first floor. The most important things is on the first floor. We are literally, and I showed today that we got amazing new pew-pew safes on either side of our beds. Both of them, we have the biometric fingerprint on it. It also has a 4-digit code, and it also has a key. But if something jumps off, finger down, pew, it opens up, pupil, magazine out, ready to go. You got to think that I got 5 minutes. And how are you going to get yourself and the most important things that you need out in 5 minutes? Where does these things need to be? Like when women have babies and they have their go bags, their hospital bags, and they start keeping it near the door when they're getting close to going into labor. Hello, think like that.
Similar concept, yeah.
Same concept. Have it, if you have a multi-story house, have it on ground level where you can get out. I mean, I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that was the first part of this live.
So I'm going to let her finish. This was great for me. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all. Let us know if you got questions. We're gonna make this maybe a little bit of a series, show you some other things that we're working on in terms of preparing ourselves, preparing our family, in case of an emergency. But anyway, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Let us know if you have questions. Look in the bio for the link for all the Amazon stuff. And if you got questions about any stuff we showed or anything on the link, just hit us up and let us know.
All right, with that being said, y'all know that y'all don't be getting PJ. PJ don't be coming up here. Y'all just have me. So this was a treat. That was a treat. I'm going to move over to my spot where I usually speak to y'all and set up. And then we're going to start the conversation of the day, which is the bird flu, immigration, the cost of eggs, all of those things. So just give me a second while I set up everything. Hold on. Baby, could you unplug this for me, please? I'm sorry. Give me a second while I set up and move over here to my favorite area. And I'm going to turn on the lights again. Just give me a second. Start requesting to be in the panel. We'll bring you up on the panel. Thank you. I'm moving from the living room to the dining room because I enjoy talking to y'all on my dining room table. Give me a minute. Just know any cash app that y'all send me is definitely going towards my champagne campaign that I'm always on. I'm always on the champagne campaign. I love me some bubbly and I love me some Riesling. So that's exactly where it's going. All right. Thank you so much, PJ, for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. PJ never comes up here. PJ actually said that when I come back from this trip in California, that she is willing to do a conversation with Day and PJ once a week, where we have conversations about life with you all. So we're working on that concept. It'll definitely be sometime in February. This light is way too bright. So let me just, I'm too yellow. A little too dark. Let me dim this down. All right. I don't think I can fix the effects now that I'm here in this. Let me see if I can. I think I can. Settings, put something. No, I don't think I can put effects. And all right, so y'all just gonna have the background of my house. But the conversation tonight is one, we took care of part one, which is emergency preparedness. Part two is let's discuss this bird flu announcement that came out today. Kiki about Elon Musk being not awarded permission to be in the West Wing, right? Let's talk about this cost of eggs and milks that's about to go up in the poultry because of the bird flu. And as always, the ongoing conversation about immigration. Yeah, he got kicked out. He didn't even get admitted. I don't even think he was able to move in. They was like, no, you're not going to the West Wing. What's wrong with you? Like, Elon, come on, you just got here. You don't need an office in the West Wing. Anywho, let's get busy on this convo. Y'all with me? Mermaid is first up. Who else is coming in the convo with me?
You should restart real quick.
Mute up, boo. And why can't I? Hold on. Why is it in this screen like this? Hold on. Click the gas. Why am I like this? Oh, here we go. Something happened when I added you, Mermaid. I don't like this view. I don't like this view. Okay, good. Who's next? Shar, Lily. Who else wants to come up and talk? If you want to come up and talk, just hit the multi-gas. I'm filling up my panel. Oh, babe, could you pass me my reading glasses, please? So I'm not straining to see these little comments. Thank you, my love. My love, my love, my love. Do we have others that want to go on the panel? Come on. Click the link, multi-guest at the bottom. If not, I'm going to start. Okay, Kate. I see Fee in here. Fee don't want to talk tonight. I see Vanessa in here. She don't want to talk. Leah don't want to talk. Dizzy don't want to talk. Kels don't want to talk. Kelsey don't want to talk. All my regulars don't want to talk tonight. Did I do enough talking for the night? Should I log off? Because I'm losing my voice. Let me know. Should I log off? I don't have a panel tonight? Should I log off? Am I done? What's going on? Talk to me. All right. I'm calling people out. I will call you out. I see you. I see my regulars. I'm eating messy ribs. Okay, no problem. All right, so let's start. Start with Mermaid. Hey, Merm.
Hi everybody. Hello. I was telling you that I thought that you should restart because then that'll bring everybody that left back and it'll boost you back up and you can put your background back up. That's what I was trying to tell
Oh, you
you.
know what? I'm gonna do that. Let me restart. You're right, and then I can fix everything. Yeah, because
Yeah.
everybody
And
was
then you
scared
can
of
put the
emergency
background
preparedness.
up because their background is what's going to bring the people in for the conversation.
All right, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop this and restart it. Everybody join right back.
And we coming right back. You know your peoples.